What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Arabesque, and we're back with another tune from 1978. Once more, shout out to Chafic for sharing the catalog of this group and also helping me keep track of how to go through it. And the next tune we're going to listen to is Buggy Boy, which is listed as a Mexico-only release. Again, I'm intrigued by the way it seems a number of their tracks, when it comes to the singles, were released only as singles in different places, different countries around the world. Nevertheless, I don't know, Buggy Boy, I wonder, I've heard the word buggy used for strollers or prams, if you will, and in those, or in that context, it maybe makes me think about a young boy, like a literal, like a babe, a child. Perhaps the phrase could be used sort of critically towards someone who is in fact older, but perhaps the critique is that you're behaving like a buggy boy, like someone who needs your mom to take care of you. It could be a critique of someone in that way, but ultimately it's not a phrase I've heard used, like, oh, he's a buggy boy. Like, I've never heard that, so not quite sure what to make of it. Let's find out. This is Arabesque Buggy Boy, a single from 1978, which was released in Mexico only. Very light. Yeah, it's cool. It's funny. I definitely didn't seem to be the context I was thinking in advance, but it did remind me. I have heard the phrase like buggy man to mean like the boss who rides in the coach. Like, I have heard that before. I think it's like Caribbean slang perhaps, but in that context it sounded more like that. It sounded like, this guy who just has this charmed, he rides in his own coach and he just looks at the traffic lights and they change in his favor. And he's going around kind of looking for all the pretty girls in town and inviting them into his buggy, and presumably there's some passionate activities happening in the buggy, and driving around. It sounds like it's not even really a destination per se, but it's like, the magic happens in the buggy, so she wants to drive with him all night. Although I have to say the male vocal of the actual Buggy Boy was hilarious. Like if someone rolled up next to you, rolled down their window, and like said that line in that way, I would recommend being a bit wary about getting inside. So I feel like that part of it was a bit comical. But yeah, it's a fun tune. It was, you know, very light, and that main riff had like almost like a light silliness to it. So I enjoyed the basically the fun nature of the tune, which, you know, when I was going through ABBA, especially the early phase, I remember there were a number of tracks where it was like it seemed like part of the point was that it was just a fun kind of frolicky tune. This one felt like that. So yeah, bottom line, I do have the like finalized track list. So from this point, I'll probably just try to go down. Again, for this first part, for like the 1978 tunes, I was sort of jumping around just based on names. But then there was some confusion about like had I skipped over tunes. So I'll basically just go through it now in the order. But yeah, bottom line, a cool one, a light one. I did enjoy it. I do enjoy a tune that's just fun for the sake of being fun. It's, you know, I've talked about it in regard to, say, Erasure, like a group where in some cases, even when Andy's singing about heartbreak, it's like, man, it's just a fun tune. It just makes me want to like smile and dance. So this is another one that I think fits into that type of track. So let me know what you think. Once again, shout out to Chafic. I will see you next time. Peace.